Hi, this is Kara with slidemagnet.com. Now there's a lot of industries out there. We've got finance and science and technology industries that have a lot of complex material. And so they come to design firms and say, well, how do we simplify our material? How do we simplify our slides and still get all of that information across? A lot of them think that it's just not possible, and it really is. So we're going to show you some tips and tricks on how to simplify very complex material into something that's clean, simple, and easy to understand for the audience. Something that they're actually going to take away and remember. So we've got some before and after slides here. This is actually all a presentation that Ethos 3 had actually worked on and designed. And so we're going to show you some before examples here. Here's a typical presentation slide with complex data. It's got a little flow chart here on the right hand side. It's got some logos here on the left hand side, so a lot of text going on, and they're trying to get a lot of information across here. Now when I look at this, I'm not really sure what to walk away with. It definitely doesn't speak to me, but I'm going to sit there and try to figure it out, and I'm probably not going to listen to the presenter. So as I'm sitting here trying to scratch my head and figure it out, I'm ignoring all of the key information that the presenter is giving me. So here's an after slide. This is what we came up with. This is understanding, and then the flow chart that we had looked at on the previous example. Now this is very clean, very simple. You're going to look at this and then you're just going to start to pay attention to what the presenter is saying, because there's nothing else to follow here. They don't have anything else that they're talking about on this slide. They're just conveying the information. So let's go to another example. Okay, here's a typical quadrant chart that you've got going on here, and this just looks like something that was created probably in Excel, and we just cleaned it up a little bit, made it a little bit more visually appealing to match the rest of the style of the presentation. Now here's a before of a lot of information on companies that this particular company has worked with. They were wanting to get all of these companies across and talk about the importance of the various numbers of people that they have worked with. But instead of just having a slide full of logos that people aren't going to remember, it's just going to kind of clutter it up, and they're going to be trying to look at all these logos while you're speaking. Just highlight each slide there on some of the main topics or the main companies that you want to actually talk about. So instead of having everything on one slide, just talk about a few of them and highlight them. And that's going to be something that the audience walks away with, instead of just a visual of, oh, they had a lot of companies on that one slide, but I don't remember anything about them. All right. And now here we've got a bar chart, and this is a really good example of most data presentations. You've got a lot of bar charts and percentages. You got a lot of text going on here, and then of course they wanted to also include the logos just to make it more visually appealing, but you've got so much going on, it's kind of hard to see where you need to look first. So we're going to pay attention to, let's just look at the first two, the revenue and the revenue opportunities, the 20 and the 40%. Now this is what we transferred it into. Actually, no charts whatsoever, just a big 20%, and then we've got the logo there. They're going to talk about why that 20% is important and how it compares to everything else. And the next slide, same thing, the 40% and then the logo. They're not going to list any other charts, no graphs. They're just going to talk about why the material is important, and that's going to resonate much better with the audience. So that is all the examples that we've got right now, but if you take those principles, your next presentation will be a whole lot easier. This is Kara with slidemagnet.com. You can visit us on the web at all of our local hangouts right here, or you can come directly to us at www.slidemagnet.com, or visit our updates at twitter.com/slidemagnet. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you later.